now!
Previously on Dragon Ball Z. With his father's help, Gohan was able to tap into his deepest powers and finally destroy the monstrous Cell. After years of turmoil caused by Dr. Gero's androids, the Earth was brought back to normal, except for one thing. Goku could not be revived by the powers of the Earth's dragon, and despite a clever plan to bring him back to life, Goku decided it'd be safer for the Earth if he didn't return. And so, friends and family were forced to say goodbye to the Saiyan they had for so long called their own. Meanwhile, light years above, along the winding track of Snake Way, Goku was adjusting well to life in the other world.
You take that side, Bubbles!
As Goku went to recess with Bubbles and Gregory, King Kai toiled away at building a replacement for his exploded home. But, well, that didn't work.
Oh man, sorry King Kai. Gosh, I really blew it. I feel so dumb.
No, it's not true, Bubbles. Come on, Bubbles!
Now, Goku and King Kai have started down the endless miles of Snake Way. Next stop, the Master of Otherworld. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, King Kai and Goku hopped a plane to the planet of the Grand Kai, ruler of Otherworld. There, hundreds of dead warriors were gathered, practicing for centuries on this eternal training ground.
This place is a dream come true. Look at all the fighters.
The tour turned quickly into a shouting match with the arrival of West Kai, who was showing off his prize fighter, Paikon. But before a brawl could break out, the quirky Grand Kai appeared, and he had an important mission for Paikon.
Good odds. Wouldn't you say, boys?
Down in Hell, Cell, Frieza, and the Ginyu Force were trying to take over. What a fearsome team! But as Goku watched in amazement, the mysterious warrior Paikon stopped the villains with the greatest of ease. With fighters as strong as Paikon in this world, it looks like Goku has his work cut out for him. On the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, warriors from around the universe came to celebrate King Kai's death in the only way they knew how, by fighting. Deep within the Grand Kai's palace, in a room the size of a small solar system, preparations for the Otherworld tournament were made. 4 fighters from each quadrant were allowed to participate, and the winner's prize was said to be enormous. A private lesson from the Grand Kai himself. So, with the crash of the Grand Kai's gong, the competition got off to a lightning speed start, until Goku's competitor Caterpie took an unexpected time out.
Pardon me, Kai, but may I just ask you how much time this metamorphosis of his is gonna take?
I'd say in the neighborhood of about 1,200 years.
But Goku couldn't wait that long.
Yeah, well, neither can I. So Goku wins this round by default.
The first match has been fought and won, but it's far from over yet. Now brace yourself, Goku. It's time for the second round. On the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, Arqua from the East Quadrant started his fight against Goku by transforming the arena into a whirlpooling aquarium. Deep in the water and deep into trouble, Goku was unable to match the finned fighter's underwater speed. But with the help of the solar flare technique, Goku managed to blind Aqua long enough to escape into the air. Wasting no time, Goku used his most trusted attack, the Kamehameha Wave. And Goku's fishy foe was blown right out of the water. But the fighting was far from over. Next on the mat, Pikkon versus Olivu, the most anticipated match of the tournament. Both fighters have been training for centuries for this chance. Both boasted incredible skill and strength. Both were hoping to win the gold, but only one would stay standing.
It's official, people! Pikkon has won!
The battle between giants has been fought to its end. Olivu is out. Now, if Goku wants to win the tournament, he'll have to get past Pikkon.
Gee, beating Pikkon is gonna take all I've got.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Goku and Pikkon fired up as the final bout of the Otherworld tournament began. The mighty warriors cut right to the chase, quickly tagging one another with heat-seeking energy blasts. And narrowly escaped. Back on the ground, the two locked arms for an electrifying test of strength. And to Pikkon's great surprise, Goku was able to take the lead, pushing Pikkon just inches away from defeat. But the true struggle had not yet begun. Without a word, Pikkon removed his outer robes, revealing that he'd been wearing weighted training clothes all along. And with the heavy burden now removed, his strength would dramatically increase. But of course, Goku had been doing a little holding back of his own. The second half is kicking off, and Goku is a Super Saiyan.
Now's your chance!
It was a moment that shook the earth, when a brave young boy stepped into his father's shoes and put an end to the evil creation known as Cell. That was several years ago. Thanks to the sacrifice of a hero named Goku and the great courage of his son, the Earth's future has been redirected, and its people have a new chance at keeping the peace. And in many ways, that chance has not been wasted. These last few years have been calm and prosperous, as the entire world was reminded of how precious peace can be. Of course, it never takes long for that lesson to be forgotten.
Let's do this!
Hey, sweetie.
Elsewhere, a young man is flying towards that same city on a familiar golden cloud. The boy who saved the world has become a teenager. With no more trips across the galaxy or lethal androids to fight, Gohan has at last been free to do his studies like his mother wanted. And since his mountain village was far from any schools, he did his education at home, under Chi-Chi's careful eye. But now, Gohan has decided to enroll in high school with other students, ready to try his luck at normal life. On the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, the now teenage Gohan set out for his first day of high school. There's been no need for warriors in the last 7 years on Earth, so the former child hero has been hitting his books and training his mind instead. Now he's trying school with other kids in none other than Satan City. But on his way to class, Gohan encountered a gang of ruthless bank robbers. Never missing a chance to help, Gohan charged up to Super Saiyan status and stopped the thieves himself.
Amazing!
It was a valiant step indeed, but when Gohan made it to school, he found that students were already talking about this mysterious gold fighter. And the girl most likely to discover his secret turned out to be a very famous daughter.
She's the daughter of Mr. Satan.
What? Mr. Satan?
High school may not be as simple as Gohan thought, since hiding his amazing powers is proving to be quite a tricky play. Is it possible for the Half Saiyan to live a normal life?
Now this is strange.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Gohan got a
Have
gift.
to press this red button to make it work?
That's it. Awesome. Does it fit?
Yeah! Why, it's a super fit!
And when a hijacked bus went over a cliff, it was time for the new superhero to spring into action. That's right. This bus stops here. Going up, anyone? There's a new hero in town.
I am Guardian of the City! The one and only,
That's right, Gohan. Tell them how it is.
the Great Saiyaman!
On the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, there's a first time for everything, and it was time for Gohan's first date.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for coming. You're so sweet. So what are we going to do today?
Well, I've never been on a date before. Is there something...
Hey, what about a movie? I love movies!
Yeah, sure. A movie sounds fun.
Great! It's settled then. Let's go!
But when an ordinary day in the city turned into a nightmare for a group of citizens who were trapped on a burning skyscraper, Gohan had no choice but to leave his date behind.
Gohan, wait for me!
The blaze was out of control. The building had become a treacherous inferno. There was little hope for the citizens who were still trapped up above. But the brave Videl was determined to buy them some time, only to find that she too had become a victim of the terrible fire. But wait!
Excuse me, miss.
It was the Great Saiyaman, and he was ready for action.
Thank you.
Stand back, everyone! With little time to spare, the water swept through the fiery building, extinguishing the hungry blaze one level at a time. The crowd below went wild as tragedy had been turned into triumph right before their very eyes. There's a new superhero in town, and his name is the Great Saiyaman. After the fire was out, Gohan put it into stealth mode as he tried to rejoin his date as inconspicuously as possible.
Where are you going, Gohan? So, what's the rush, huh?
Rush? I wasn't rushing.
Gohan, you're hiding something.
Huh? What do you mean? Hiding what?
Hiding the fact that you are the Great Saiyaman. But how much longer can you keep this up? On the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, a group of thugs called the Red Shark Gang tried to muscle their way into town until a concerned citizen challenged them.
We're gonna make an example of you.
Let him have it, Jimbo.
You missed me. Huh? Hey, Videl.
But when Gohan got hammered and the big boss had Videl against the ropes, there was only one hope left.
Hey, you! Back off!
The great Saiyaman arrived, and it was time to put a halt to the Red Shark Syndicate's actions.
Here, I think this belongs to you.
With the mobsters out of the way, the city was safe once again. But was Saiyaman safe from
Hey, enough of
Videl?
this nonsense. Tell me who you are.
All right, I guess I can trust you. But please don't ever repeat what you're about to hear. I'm the Great Saiyaman!
Look out, Saiyaman. This is one girl who won't be satisfied until she unmasks you. On the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, the citizens cleared the streets as the boys in blue unloaded on the swooping giants above.
Don't shoot! They're just trying to get their baby back!
Come here, little guy.
I found him. Now let
And
him
when
go.
the greedy circus promoter went berserk, Saiyaman had to knock the giant dinosaur out so he could arrange for a peaceful reunion and the arrest of the trigger-happy promoter.
Your dad, little guy, he'll be just fine. Wait and see.
But just when he thought the trouble was over, Gohan ran straight into an ambush.
Ow!
My gosh, isn't that funny? Yeah, I saw Saiyaman get scratched in the same spot, and that's exactly who you are, Mr. Saiyaman.
Yikes! Busted! I can't believe it! The secret identity of Saiyaman is public knowledge! Ugh.
That's right, the cat's out of the bag. Gohan is Saiyaman, and now he's at Videl's mercy.
I wouldn't exactly say that it was public knowledge, only I know. But maybe I should schedule a press conference.
On the last episode of Dragon Ball Z,
Gohan!
Dad, unbelievable!
Hi, son. It's great to hear your voice.
This is great! Father, are you really coming back?
that's right, Gohan. Goku is allowed to come back for a day, and he's going to use his leave to compete in the World Martial Arts Championship.
What? No way! Goku's gonna compete? I don't believe it! This is amazing! Wow!
Goku? Well, what do you know?
Unfortunately, it didn't seem likely that Krillin could escape from his family duties to fight in the tournament. But when the prize money was mentioned, 18 decided that participating in the World Championships would be a family affair. High above the earth, Gohan extended another invitation to a well-known warrior.
Goku, if he's entering, it should be one to remember.
So, what do you say?
Sure, I'll do it. I'll bet Dende would enjoy the tournament.
Hey, thanks, but I'm not much of a fighter.
Lastly, Gohan broke the news of Goku's return to a certain small family residing in the country.
Good news, son! You get to meet your daddy! Isn't that wonderful? Oh!
And so Gohan, choosing his younger brother Goten as his training partner, began his training for the tournament.
All right, nice warm-up now. Let's get started. This is a little trick Dad taught me. Pretty cool, wouldn't you say?
Yeah!
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Gohan trained with his little brother for the World Martial Arts Tournament, which begins in 1 month. And a strong arm proved to be the least of Goten's talents.
Since Mom's not here, is it okay if I be like you? You know, a Super Saiyan?
Those green eyes and gold spikes of hair can only mean one thing. Somehow, Goten has already mastered the switch to Super Saiyan. An amazing jump indeed for the Half Saiyan Half Pint, considering he doesn't even know how to fly.
Bonnie, well, you better teach me how to fly because I don't like being laughed at. You hear me?
Whoa, easy
And
there,
from
son.
there, the next step was a shoe-in. Gohan would have to hold some flying lessons.
Wow, you will?
But Goten wasn't the only student enrolling in Gohan's course.
Well, I've got news for you. You're gonna teach me how to fly.
That's fine. I gave you my word, and that's all there is to it.
flying class begins today on Dragon Ball Z. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Gohan trained Videl and Goten in the secret art of flying. After learning to concentrate her energy, Videl worked on using this power to lift into the air. It was a lesson learned with impressive speed, as what she lacked in experience was made up for with strength and determination.
That's incredible, Videl! No one learns how to fly on their first day!
Is that a fact? Ah, birdie, a birdie!
Meanwhile, Vegeta and Trunks did training of their own in an enhanced gravity room. And Vegeta learned a surprising ability of his son.
So what are you going to do?
Guess I'll go super.
The preparations are in the works, and the tournament day is near.
When was it that the transformation to the legendary warrior of a Saiyan race was reduced to a children's plaything?
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, thousands flocked to the small island where the World Martial Arts Tournament was scheduled to begin. And the guest of honor appeared as promised. Goku is back, permitted to the living world so he can fight in the tournament. It was a time for hugs and laughter as friends were reunited after years of silence.
And I've missed you, Chi-Chi.
And a father met his son for the very first time.
I'm Goten. Daddy!
Whoa, kiddo!
But like many good things, there were strings attached.
Listen up, Goku. Remember that you only have 24 hours. That's all I can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
I'll see you then.
Goku has just one day to spend on Earth. So as the tournament gets underway, how will he make it count? On the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, hundreds of would-be fighters gathered to compete in the World Martial Arts Tournament, dreaming that maybe, just maybe, they could clinch the title of World Champion. But the path has many obstacles. First off, there were 194 adult entries and only 16 spots. And one was already guaranteed to the current holder of the champion belt, Hercule, the world's most famous fake. To decide who would stay and who would go, a punching machine was brought in to measure the 15 strongest. Hercule started the bidding with an impressive 137.
Incredible! He scored 137 points.
At least, it seemed impressive at the time.
Next, please, number 18.
The Z Fighters soon stepped to the plate, trying their hardest to conceal their groundbreaking strength. But that's not always easy.
774?
Then came Vegeta, and as we all know, restraint is not his specialty. Needless to say, the Z Fighters have earned their places in the tournament ring. But it just might be a while before the officials can form enough words to announce it. On the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, the World Martial Arts Championship was about to get underway. Careful not to break the punching meter, Goku and the others easily qualified for the tournament. But, as usual, the stubborn Vegeta wasn't pulling any punches. Before the main attraction could begin, the Junior Division Championship was being held, and Trunks found himself facing a boy twice his age.
Trunks! God, you little shortcake! Fight!
Don't you worry. You'll feel it soon enough, Big Mouth.
The match marked the rise and fall of a promising young karate fighter, mostly the fall.
Oops. Guess I shouldn't have hit him so hard, but at least he's quiet.
This boy is out cold. Trunks advances!
You sure did beat that boy fast.
The Junior Division Championship continues. Will Goten fare as well as Trunks? Previously on Dragon Ball Z, it was time at last for the World Martial Arts Tournament to begin. And who better to lead off the opening ceremonies than the reigning champ himself, Mr. Satan. The big day kicked off with the junior competition. The event started in promising fashion, but all the fans cheering for action were soon struck speechless as these young warriors showcased their rather unconventional techniques. Yes, despite some heavy competition, the tournament was quickly shaping up to be more farce than fight. That is, until Trunks entered the arena.
Come on, fight!
Don't you worry. You'll feel it soon enough, Big Mouth.
The contest took a serious turn as the young Saiyan expertly defeated his opponent with a single kick. Trunks easily set the standard for the competition, but there was one other fighter who could match it. In a brilliant display of skill and determination, Goten rapidly advanced through the ranks of the tournament.
All right, Goten! Woohoo, yeah! Ah, what a little guy, huh? And handsome, too.
It was a proud moment indeed for Goku, who watched from the stands as his son took center stage.
All right, fighters, are you ready?
Let's do it!
This is it? This isn't any fun.
The competition tried but fell by the wayside until only the final two fighters remained.
Just to let you know, I am going to win. Understood?
Yeah, I'm going for the win too.
On the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, two young juniors vied for the title of World Champion. One of them was Trunks, son of Vegeta. The other was Goten, son of Goku. The winner could rightly be called the strongest boy in the world. The action paused for only a moment when the confident Trunks took a timeout to make an interesting proposition.
Huh? Yup, that's right. Now, look, you're cooked. I'm going to win this thing without using one of my arms.
Come on, Trunks, you wouldn't have a chance. You can't beat me with one arm.
No left arm.
No fair!
The two young warriors fought passionately to the end when Goten made a head-on attack that would determine the match.
Here I come!
A victor has emerged. Young Trunks is the new Junior World Champion. And now it's time for him to fight an exhibition match with the reigning World Champion himself, Mr. Satan. On the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, Trunks was named the new Junior World Champion. As his prize, he was given the chance to fight Mr. Satan. It only took one punch from the new champ to send the old one flying into a world of pain. And as the Z Warriors were preparing for the main event, the World Martial Arts Championship, they encountered two strangers.
Good afternoon. You wouldn't be Goku by any chance, would you? Well, your reputation as a great fighter precedes you. I was hoping for a chance to fight you during the tournament.
Gosh, well, thank
These
you.
mysterious newcomers are overflowing with enormous power, and they're eager to fight Goku. Is this some sign of trouble on the horizon, or are these just 2 more contestants that will be sent to the floor? Today on Dragon Ball Z. Previously on Dragon Ball Z, as Trunks and Mr. Satan fought a friendly exhibition match, the rest of the Z fighters were confronted by a mysterious stranger. Although this curious young man greeted Goku as a friend, his smile seemed to be masking a far more ominous intent. Later, Trunks and Goten did a little masking of their own. And when the time finally came for the 16 finalists of the World Martial Arts Tournament to secure their places on the fighting board, one of the competitors, it seemed, had developed a particularly youthful personality. Bulma and Chi-Chi watched in suspense as the final pairings were posted, but neither could have expected this round 1 shocker. Vegeta versus Goku.
That figures.
The last of the numbers has been drawn.
Champion is number 10.
Now, with the full board of fighters and 8 exciting matches in the first round, everyone's ready for the action. The fighting starts today.
This is so exciting. I'm gonna totally cut loose.
Now let the World Martial Arts Championship begin!
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Krillin stepped into the ring to show his stuff in the World Martial Arts Tournament. His opponent had the pounds to throw around, but a well-placed punch knocked the wind out of the overweight warrior. From there, a slap-kick combination assured an easy victory for Krillin. The stage was set for the second bout to begin. But before the fighting could start, Piccolo made a shocking discovery about his mysterious opponent, Shin.
Why would he be here?
I promise you'll know soon. You'll know soon.
I'm sorry. I can't.
Huh?
He's quitting?
That's right. To everyone's surprise, Piccolo withdrew from the match and left the ring before a single punch was thrown.
Perhaps he knows more about me than I thought.
Despite this unusual turn of events, the competition continued. To thunderous applause, Gohan's feisty girlfriend Videl and her opponent Spopovich entered the stadium. Even though they differ in size, Videl is heavily favored to win the match. However, this suspicious glance Shin gave Spopovich as they passed seems to suggest that there's more to the bald-headed brute than meets the eye. What is it that Shin knows about Spopovich? And how will it affect the outcome of his battle with Videl? Find out today. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, it looked like Videl was going to stomp her opponent, Spopovich.
Spopovich is down!
The battling beauty matched punch for punch with the hard-headed Hulk, and her fancy footwork stopped the big lug dead in his tracks. When she sent Spopovich flying, then landed a high kick to his head, everyone assumed the match was over.
He's down!
But no matter what combination she threw at him, Spopovich kept coming back for more. Even a head-spinning super kick couldn't bring the brute down.
Ah, she didn't! What the?
Videl tried to catch her breath high above the crowd. But when Spopovich came after her, she knew she was in trouble. Now that the bald-headed bully has an unlimited supply of super strength, does that mean it's lights out for Videl? Find out today on Dragon Ball Z. Previously on Dragon Ball Z, Videl continued her desperate bid to beat Spopovich, but the supercharged Psycho was able to counter her every move with his own punishing attacks. Gohan watched in horror as Videl was battered about the ring like a rag doll, and it didn't take long for Spopovich's brutal attack to push the young hero over the edge.
This has gone on way too long! I'm taking him down!
But before Gohan could act, Spopovich's fun was cut short by his mysterious partner, Yamu.
Don't you remember that we have far more important things to do? Finish it immediately.
Oh my! Videl! It's over! She's out of the ring!
Videl fought bravely until the end, but Spopovich's seemingly endless supply of supernatural strength had guaranteed him the victory from the start. And though the fight may be over for Videl, the real battle has just begun. Today on Dragon Ball Z. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, the great Saiyaman, or rather Gohan, entered the ring with his opponent Kibito. Gohan's true identity had been revealed, so there was no sense hiding it anymore. But he didn't expect that all his secrets would be revealed.
Gohan, I am curious to see your Super Saiyan powers. Show them to me. We may be able to use them.
To everyone's surprise, Shin stepped forward to reveal that Gohan had become a pawn in a much larger plan.
You do not need to worry about Gohan. He will be fine. But no matter what happens, I want all of you to promise me that you'll stay out of the ring. Do you understand?
What? No way!
What do you want with Gohan?
This mysterious message seemed to spell trouble for Gohan. But when the Z fighters learned that Shin was none other than the Supreme Kai himself, they had no choice but to obey his request. Meanwhile, two pairs of hungry eyes closely monitor Gohan's power. But why? A conspiracy is brewing today on Dragon Ball Z. At last, the source of Spopovich and Yamu's inhuman power has been revealed. The wizard Babidi, who, unless the Z-Fighters can stop him, intends to unleash a monster that will eradicate the Earth. The Supreme Kai has witnessed the destructive force of Majin Buu before. Can he prevent it from being released once again?